Deep down in the depths of the World Wide Web lies a parlor of peace, positivity, and a little pinch of enchantment. It's a place where you can kick back and have fun, back to a time when TV was magical. Close your eyes and you'll find your way there. You've made it. Welcome to Tea and Telly. And now that crazy singing Zen priestess cat lady cook, the Willy Wonka to your Charlie, come on in and say hello to Maria.
Say hello to me. Hey, how are you guys? Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you all. You'll have to excuse the baby already. He was sleeping before I started, and now he's decided to play with his toy. And he likes to play fetch, so hopefully he won't ask me. Anyway, good to see you all. Good to see you all. Thanks for being here. And for those of you that are new, you have joined Tea and Telly here, and I'm excited to be live a little bit more here for y'all. And let me start off real quick already here. We've already got Macney here. Wow, $10 super chat. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I will be joining him on his show on some Sunday. I promise I'll be there, and excited to do that. So excited for his growth. And if you're not subscribed, you should be. So my lovely trusty Wrench said she wasn't going to be here, but here she is. And she'll put the link there for us. And saying hey to y'all. And looks like PJ is in the background there saying hi. So hey there. Okay, and let me see what else we got here going on. Before I bring on our lovely guests here, and Miss Connie is in the house. How are you, Miss Connie? Good to see you, and your lovely bird, just two doorables. And yeah, thank you for telling everybody. Miss Lisa in the house. Wow, first time catching my show. Well, it's good to have you. Thank you so much for being here. I love your avatar. Woohoo! Supergirl. I love that. Thank you for joining. Thanks. I love having new people in here, and good to see all. Good to see all. Let me, without further ado, bring on the lovely guests who you came to see. I know it. That's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. I'm not jealous. But I can't help it. I mean, she is gorgeous, and also, the lovely actress and singer and dancer and cook, and her resume is big, so I'll be here all night. So let me just bring her on. Right there.
Hi.
Hello. You look lovely as always. Good
Thank
to
you.
have you brighten up my screen here.
You always look lovely.
Oh,
and I love all the compliments.
It.
I like coming in here because it's really good. Like, it makes me feel good, all the compliments, except I cannot sing.
I called you a singer, and I laughed because what we were saying backstage.
You can't sing a lick. I can be atmosphere and lip sync, but I can't sing.
You can move your lips, but yeah. No, I said that, and I thought she's going to be like, let me correct her now.
Yeah. Before someone asks me to sing a tune, they might ask my son to sing, but they don't want me to sing.
That's all right. I'm sure that when you're in the shower, you are an opera singer, right?
Well, I always sing in my car. So I've had people say, oh, I saw you driving down the street. Because there's this one main street that runs through the valley on Ventura Boulevard. And they're like, I was sitting in a coffee shop and I saw you in your truck just singing away. So they know I'm singing, but everyone knows I can't sing. So when I'm driving in the car, I'm like, have the music blast. And that's when I do all my singing.
I know, in the car. I know. I want to do that too, but every time I get to a stoplight, I'm always like looking over to see if the people are going, she doing something.
Do you know how funny that is when you're in the car and people bust you out, especially like really jamming? And if I hear old song, and one of my really good friends I grew up with, like we love Prince, we love Michael Jackson, and we do car karaoke, and he could sing. And there's a funny little clip. He filmed it, and then I'm singing, and he turned the music down, and you could hear me still singing. And he does this look, and he goes, like, he makes this funny face and makes fun of me, like,
oh. You're like, thanks.
Because because so he actually caught me and busted me out. So actually, when he turned that music off, they like, oh yeah, she can't sing.
Well, I don't know, man. You might sound better. Have you ever seen those video clips? I don't know how true they are. Okay, I have no idea, but those video clips of people that took audio of like the singers on stage, and you hear them and they're doing this fabulous thing, right? And they're lip syncing, but the audio tech guy is actually recording what they really sound like, and
Yeah.
you're listening to it and you're like, ooh.
Oh yeah, I've been on plenty of situations where, and just people, before the auto tune stuff came out, even just people that I dated that were singers. I remember being on tour with them or hanging out with a couple of people. I'm not going to say their names, and they had people behind the curtain singing.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh.
They had people behind the curtain singing their songs because
they couldn't do it.
No,
did
so
you
if they
remember
were off key, they were back there and singing all the notes.
do you remember? Well, you remember Milli Vanilli? I almost said
Well,
it the
they
other way.
actually could kind of sing. It's been funny because I met them at the height of their career. I was like actually coming out of high school. I'm gonna age myself. I was coming out of high school, and we had some friends, and we went over their house because they were like, "Oh, Milli Vanilli." They were really good looking too, and and so not. The darker one was really sweet. I remember that because I'm telling you this for a reason. And then the fair skinned, the green eyed one, he was really arrogant, really cocky, right? And they're very European. And at the time, this is before I lived in Europe. Anyway, we went being over their house, and I used to see them all around LA all the time. I was like, oh my God, they're such posers. But I did love their music. Fast forward, all that stuff happened. Then I end up meeting the fair skinned guy, the green eyed one passed away. And I ended up being with a friend, and we ran into I think it's Fabio, that's his name. We ended up meeting him at another thing, and he remembered, and we had some friends. He told us a whole bunch of the stories. So he actually could sing, and now it's coming out in the documentary. And we're like, oh, you're so sweet. You guys were so full of yourselves then. But really what happened was because their accents were so heavy because they were German, they had a hard time singing in English because they actually could sing, and I heard them sing.
Yeah.
But the producers didn't want them because they couldn't get the American accent. Versus British people can copy our accent really well.
Right. They can. It's ridiculous.
They can go from British to American and like that, but we can't do it with them. And I know that
we can't.
There's so many British actors. They're on TV now. You don't know they're British.
Right. You don't know until you look them up.
But people don't realize Milli Vanilli had just come here from Germany. They barely spoke English because their accents were so heavy. Even just their English was very broken.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna mention, was that the sad thing was that they actually could sing, and I think they did later, but that's kind of a shame. But hey,
I think
they at least got up there.
Knowing how the music industry is, and just because I grew up in it, I think that they pissed off the wrong people. And because they came out, because I know someone who was a huge star, and she's still well known now, who cannot even carry a note. And I knew the producer when he worked on her album in the very beginning. And she can't sing. They had to bring a singer in to do all her music. She can't sing at all. Because I said, like, I want to do a record. He's like, you can't sing.
I know.
But he did it for her, but then they are the one that got ostracized. And I think because they got such big fame at such a young age that they probably didn't know how to handle it. And as they got older and as we all mature, we're like, oh wow. Anyway, it's just unfortunate because they were really I was such a good group. They actually were good. Yeah,
they were. I mean, I think it must have been hard for them to be like, man, I don't sound like that, but that's
especially, especially the artists over there overseas. And the music's actually better overseas. People don't believe me, but their music is way better. And it's because they copy our style, but it's more substance. But anyway, they really want to make it here. They want to come over to the US and become big. And so it's really hard probably to have that happen the way it did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. And actually growing up, I think a lot of my favorite music was from Europe and stuff.
Trent D'Arby was another one. Mm-hmm. I knew him, and they did him wrong, and he could sing. He was super talented, but he pissed off the wrong person, and they just took him down. And he was so talented.
That's a shame. He was good. I remember him too. But before I forget, I want to say, I wanted to mention, I understand there's this nasty storm going on out there in
It's
California.
clear today. Our
Is it?
people
Okay.
are terrible. We had a storm yesterday. Today it was supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. And every
Okay.
day it was like sunny today. Not warm for us. It's like 60, 55. That's cold for us because we're babies. We're like, oh my God, it's
You're
cold.
like, we're
I
freezing.
had a beanie on today. I have leather jeans on right now, and I had a coat, and it's 55, right?
Oh my gosh.
Except
You're like,
now it's really cool at night. At night, and it drops into the 30s at night. It does get really cold at night.
oh, does it? Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
I'm
gonna
doing
rain
that
all
thing
week.
I'm doing that thing you were doing this morning with the cat hair thing.
Oh my God, I still have it, no matter what I do.
You're
So
like,
fine.
well, I had.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say we both have the same kind of cat. So
Yes.
it's the same kind of hair. We both have a Maine Coon, and they have really fine hair. So it's embarrassing. I'm driving and I'm like this, and people are looking at me like, what is she doing? Because it's always on my nose.
Did she get cook? Yeah, I know, right? Me too. You can tell a cat person because they're always.
Yeah.
Oh, hey there, TJ. Good to see you. 55 is cool for Florida too. I bet he's in Florida in the good stuff. I just wanted to bring it up because I had seen an article that it was like life threatening and everything. I was like, oh my gosh.
Right before I logged on, there's a high-speed chase on the freeway right now. So it's
my gosh.
Because we have a high-speed chase every single day out here. It's like a wild, wild west. I don't know what is wrong with the people because we have the helicopters and they always do it. The ones that get away, it's almost every day. I could be out, my girlfriend's like, there's a high-speed chase. It's like exciting. Everyone turns in, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
ones that get away, I shouldn't even tell this trick, are the ones that go into office buildings or they go in an underground structure and they're able to come out without people realize. Those are the ones that they always have a hard time catching.
I bet they know. They've seen too many movies. I've seen that on movies.
Yeah.
But this was the map of the storm, and I wanted to make sure everybody was like safe.
Not raining. It's not raining. It may rain tonight. It's not.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. O, for that. And good to see you, TJ. Nice to have you here with us tonight. And so we're going to lead off into one particular topic excited to talk about, but I wanted to mention real quick. I had asked you about if you were wanting to see the new Beetlejuice is coming out with Jenny Ortega. I'm excited about that because I love the TV show at Wednesday, where she did such a good job in that one. Oh my God, so good. I got my mom hooked on that show, and I loved her in that.
My daughter likes Jenny Ortega. My daughter will be watching it. She's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna go see it.
Gotta see. I'm excited too, because I think Michael Keaton's still gonna be in there playing Beetlejuice, which is awesome. And I bought the DVD. Miss Jenny Ortega, here she is as Wednesday. I don't think she's doing Wednesday there. It's just an outlet.
Yeah, she just does such a good depiction of her because all the kids did it for Halloween, right?
Yeah. Oh God.
Good job.
And the dance, and
yes,
you did such an awesome job. She just kind of made that up, and I'm like, wow, she just made it up, and and she did such a good job. But she's gorgeous. I love her.
That can just do it off the cuff, because a lot of times the producers, my son's an actor. And a lot of times I say, you know what, just go what feels good. Because a lot of times they don't know what they want. They think they know, but when you give them something that's different, then they love it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, yeah, let's do that. It's just because, the natural is always better. I mean, you're right. You just go with what you feel. And I think she felt that. And she did such a splendid job of that. So she's doing a bunch of other things. But when I saw that she was going to be doing Beetlejuice, I was like, oh my gosh, I love Beetlejuice. And I'm definitely gonna have to watch it just because she and Mike Keaton is in it. But I got the physical media of it, which I'm hoping you guys all kind of support and continue buying physical media as much as you can, since it seems like, I think it'll make a comeback, but right now everything is streaming, and I think it's nice to support the physical media. But when I bought the Beetlejuice DVD, it had it's enclosed in what looks like the book of the recently deceased, which I love. I think it's awesome. It's such an awesome part in the movie. And so the DVD holder looks like that. I was going to grab it, but I didn't have time. Yeah.
That's cool.
Wait a second.
You know, I don't have my glasses because I have to lean towards the camera.
I know. I'm like all doing this.
It's so tiny. I'm on my phone. I'm not on my computer because my computer gets a little blurry. So if I'm going like this, because I don't have my contact,
you're trying to zone in. The original Wednesday performed that dance, didn't she? No, she. Okay, well, kind of, sort of. She actually, Jenny Ortega. Actually, there's a tiny few seconds in Wednesday where she's doing the dance that the original Wednesday did, and she did it longer, but she said that they pretty much cut out at that point, and I wish they would have kept it, but it was so good. You could see it for a little bit and you're like, oh my God, I know that dance. She did everything else, but Wednesday Addams did that particular dance that only was shown for a few seconds in the movie. But yeah, and yes, absolutely. Physical media rules by far. I love it. I still have it. I'm going to keep collecting. I even still have VHS tapes.
You do? I just cleaned my garage out and I found my VHS tapes.
Did you?
I had. And I was like, oh, well, I might as well keep it because the tapes that I do have, until I convert it, I won't be able to watch it.
Yeah. I actually went to a pawn shop once to buy a VHS player.
That's an idea.
Yeah, because you can get them super cheap. But I will probably transfer them over. But yes, the famous handbook for the recently deceased. And yeah, and I love it, and it's enclosed in that, and it's just too cool. So what am I beta tapes? Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I remember those. The beta.
Yes, double dose of Elan. I know.
You know what I do miss? Going out to Blockbuster and like picking a movie out, and then you're going through the whole thing. And you're like, I've already seen this one. Remember that?
Right.
It was like once, right? It's the Netflix and chill. The kids don't know. Netflix and chill is not as fun as going when you had your date and then you go to Blockbuster and you rent the movies and you have to go get the popcorn or whatever. Instead of just not having to go anywhere and just have it right there. It's still a little more fun.
Yeah, it is actually. I kind of miss that time because they always had the snacks and everything there. It was just fun. And I remember going to, in my hometown, they had privately owned, not Blockbuster type things. Right. And they always had the back room.
Yes.
Do you remember? And you just eyeballed all those people that could go back there, and you're like,
yes,
I want to be old enough to go. And then when you became old enough to go, you're like, you didn't need anything back there, but you just want to walk in and make the others jealous. And you're like,
you just want to say, oh, I went in the back room.
I went in the back room.
The thing is, if you had a date and you didn't go to the movies and you were dating and you were watching Blockbuster, at least they had to work a little bit harder than before.
Yes.
Now you just Netflix and chill. You don't do anything. And then you get Uber to bring the food.
Right. I know, right? Uber.
That's super lazy.
Go anywhere. It's so lazy.
Yeah, it's definitely chill. It should be Netflix and lazy.
Yes, Netflix and lazy. Yep. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's still nice if it's like really horrible outside and you don't really want to go. I mean,
yeah.
But I do miss that time. So hopefully physical media will make a huge comeback. And
yes.
And also because I was reading, never going to get to our topic. I was also reading that there's, I believe it's Sony, that people that have been buying the movies and everything from them.
Mhm.
You think you purchased it, you know, and you download it and you think you own it. Oh my gosh, baby, no. Okay, you need to not push buttons here. He's crawling all over my desk. Apparently they've been taking their physical media back, and people are really cheesed off about it, because you know they thought they owned it, and now it turns out that they don't. Excuse me, guys.
Oh,
Okay,
look
do you
how
want to say hi to
beautiful.
everybody? Because you're being naughty. You're
Wants to
being
be
a naughty
seen.
boy.
I have a girlfriend for him. Her name
I
is
know.
Star.
Yeah. Oh, do you hear that? You got a girlfriend.
She's
A
pretty.
girlfriend. He's so sweet. Okay. Now he's watching. Okay, go play. Go play and be a good boy. Okay, let me catch up with the chat here. So anyway, apparently, if anybody's buying stuff from Sony, apparently, you don't really own it. Apparently, there's a tiny, tiny, tiny clause in there that says that their version of purchase doesn't mean that you own it. And so they're
Wow.
taking it all back. And so basically people are going to their library. And and oh
I
no.
can hear you. We
You
can't.
can't? Okay,
Yeah,
because
we
my
can hear
baby
you.
went back there and did something. Let me see. Just a second. If I go anywhere, hang tight. He's back there doing something. 1 second.
That is hilarious.
Oh my gosh, really, babies?
Well, he wanted to make the atmosphere
Okay.
for the ghostly things.
Okay, am I back? Okay.
Yes, you're
Oh my
back.
gosh. He's being crazy. Okay. He's always pushing something. Okay, let me catch up with the chat here before we go on to that. Yes. Hey, Tom. Oh, how are you? The book reads like stereo instructions. I know, right? I love that line. Such a great movie. I love that movie. So good. And let me see. Miss Connie Cleary, you've been a member for 13 months. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Love Beetlejuice. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for all those. And oh boy, what are you doing now, baby? Come on. I am excited that I am like 14,000, almost 14,400 and something, close to 14,500 subscribers. And I'm excited. And I so appreciate all the new ones that are coming in. But all of those have been with me since the beginning. I mean, Connie, 13 months is a long time to be a member. Thank you so much for that. I so appreciate it. I actually started getting some stuff ready for my members. I'm going to be giving some stuff to my members because I want to show my appreciation. So thank you for those that are still members, and cheers to those who will become members. But thank you. Okay, and then what's this? Gifted 1 membership. I don't know if somebody snagged it up, but if you haven't, there it is. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for letting somebody enjoy that. And let me see. Everybody's saying hi. Yeah, I know. I was hoping that the baby wasn't going to run off with the camera. I was thinking that before the show. You were here last time. Were you here that time when? Oh yeah, you were. We were doing that show.
When we did the show. We did the
Yes,
little
comedy sketch thing.
Yeah, the scary stuff.
Yeah, the scary stuff. And okay, thank you, Dr. O, for that. And he's taken off with the camera. So yes, he likes to be seen here. Hopefully he'll go nap a little bit. And then we've got a super sticker from TJ. Thank you so much. Awesome super sticker. And it's a pair, a dancing pair. Where is that? Exercising pair. Super sticker. Thank you so much for that. I actually have some. Oh, let me move this because I want to bring this up. I have to do something for those super chats. I got some new stuff in here. Let me see what is fitting for that. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Let me see. They're all my favorites.
The state microphone's cutting out on us. I'm awfully sorry. However, if the, well, it's a lunch date, so I must go.
Oh man, that happens to me, but just for real. I love Chip Chase movies too. Just thank you for the super chat, guys, for that. And let me go back here. You're awesome. And let me see. Yeah, 14K, 14. Yeah, thank you. It's been growing like crazy. It's been awesome. So awesome to see that happening. And thank you, Tom O. Subscribe and hit that like button. Thank you. I know, right? Oh gosh. Anyway, so look, Pacific came in. Hello. Hey, you just popped in. I was just getting ready to start some chit chat, and thank you for popping in. Good to see you. And so we were going to talk about giraffes, and
It's an inside joke.
oh my god. I'm sorry, I had to do that. I was like, I want to see the look on her face when I say, let's talk about giraffes.
I was like,
She was enjoying the flyer that Dr. O made, and it had the giraffe design and everything. And she's like, what are we doing with the giraffes? I'm like, giraffes? We're talking about giraffes?
I was like, why there are giraffes? Are we talking about giraffes?
I was like, I love giraffes, but I don't think I have a topic on them tonight.
I know nothing about giraffes except they're probably from Africa. And I said, when are we going to talk about giraffes? So let me check with her. That's not what we're talking about. Like, okay, good. I'm glad I checked. I knew something said to me to ask because it just didn't sound right.
Okay. I get to see the look on your face. Giraffes? Okay. Whatever makes you happy there, girl.
I was gonna go.
Oh my
okay. I was like, I hope she has a lot of, like, she Googles a lot of pictures, and I'll just agree which one looks pretty and which one doesn't.
Oh gosh, I don't know about the mojo, but thank you. I thank you. I think what helped was getting people to know that I was here. You know, the advertising helps. Drafts in the air. No, haven't heard that one. And let me see. Giraffes. Okay. And yeah. Okay. So anyway, I was talking about the recently deceased book, and you know what's funny is that even though you see some like fake things on TV, you always wonder what it really looks like on the inside. Like you want to read it, and that's me. And this is one of those books, is The Recently Deceased. But it got me thinking about ghosty stuff. And I remembered you had mentioned something about it, and I think we said we were gonna do another show and that you were gonna bring it up. So I wanted to do it tonight.
About hold on one second. I'm sorry, my phone rang.
That's all right. I guess they don't know you're. I guess they don't know you're on here.
I know. Stop it. So we were talking about. Well, I had this ghost in my house when I was young, right? I had this area that I lived in, and I was a teenager. And we ended up finding out later on, I had a friend who spent the night at my house, his best friend. I'm only saying this because I need to lead up to now. And she's like, I'm not spending the night at your house anymore. And I'm like, why? She told my dad, she goes, oh my God, I woke up, this ghost was looking at me. I was like, oh, you're just saying that, right? And then I had this boyfriend at the time. I'm like 21, and he's staying with me. He's staying with us in the guest house. And I was telling him about the ghost. Now, the way the house was shaped was like a L shape. Actually, it was like long, and it had two sides. So you can't, if you're on one side of the house, you can't hear from the other side because it's an outside courtyard. You literally had to walk through the L shape, right? I'm sitting and talking to the guy, and I said, there's ghosts in the house because you could hear voices. And he's like, oh, whatever, you guys are whatever. And my dad is in the bedroom, and the door started slamming. So he runs, and no wind, no nothing. Doors are shut. Just doors start, slamming. Come to find out, something had happened in the house. We started asking neighbors, something happened in the house. Now let's fast forward. When I had my son and my mom, I lived in London. And when I had my son, my mom had this house that she was staying in. I don't know if this ghost followed me from a kid. When I was a teenager, my mom in this house when Trace was like 3, 4. And he's like, Mom, don't you hear the lady? Don't you see her? She's standing there. And he would tell me this ghost was talking to him all the time. And I knew that there was something in her house. I never said anything. I kind of let it go. I just kind of brushed it off because I was like, yeah, he sees something. So my mom moves. I moved back from England. My mother moves into the house I have now. Now, the house I have now was probably built in the 60s, but they tore it down. So they left one wall up. So the room that my mother sleeps in and my daughter's original part of the house, but the house, you know how they tear the house down and just put a little bit of. So the house was completely brand new from like 2002. They rebuilt this house. And so my daughter, I had my daughter, right? My mom's living here. And I hear this scream and I run in the room. I don't think my feet touched the ground. So we just like floated in the air because I'm like thinking something was wrong with the baby. And I'm standing there and I'm looking at my mother and she's like, oh my God, this thing was standing over her. She said it's solid. Now I was raised very Catholic. And so my mom was really Catholic. We went to Catholic school. So she doesn't believe in any of that kind of stuff. And so she decided to sleep in the room with me and my husband and my kids and the dog. And we all slept in the room. And she got like the air bed and no one would go in the kitchen. No one would do anything. And they would lock their doors. I said, don't you think the ghost can go through the door? So, different people would come over. Like the cable guy came over one day and he went up in the attic and he came down because he was doing the cable thing. He's like, yeah, I have to go. And I just go, what's going on? He goes, there's something in the house. I go, it's a brand new house. He goes, yeah, there's somebody here.
Oh my gosh.
Every so often, I don't tell anyone when they come over. Every so often, somebody will pick up on something. And I just kind of say, listen, you could be here. You can't scare the kids. Because my son, when he was little, he's outgrown it. He's seen things. And he can see things. And then my father-in-law would say he would see things. So I have to tell the ghost, listen, you need to just chill and you can't scare everybody. Don't do silly things. But once in a while, I think that, for the most part, I think he's gone. But I think once in a while, some little things pop up. So all that to say is I started kind of investigating. And I have a lot of Native American in me, in my family. Both my grandparents on each maternal and paternal side. And this particular grounds of the valley is a lot of a Native American land. And the reason why I started asking is because they decided to redo one of our major freeways, the 405 in California, about 3 years ago. Well, when they started really digging, and I'm finding out a lot of freeways are built on grounds of where there's some things that they don't want to disturb. So they build a lot of freeways or they put lakes on top of certain areas across the U.S. They found a lot of ancient Native American stuff. And then I started digging up and I found out recently this particular area has a lot of Native American stuff. And so there's something very spiritual that I feel sometimes. And so I believe that even if you buy a new property, does not mean that you're not going to have supernatural stuff there. Because it depends on who did what there and what was done at that location.
Yeah, that's the thing.
People don't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, because your house may be new, but that land has been there for a while and it's changed over time and you don't know what's happened there and stuff. So, yeah, that's interesting. That would, poor cable guy, he's like, nope.
He's like, I'm out.
I'm dead. Get somebody else.
We were out of town because we used to live between here and New York and we would travel and he's like, he was sleeping. He's like, it doesn't scare him. He kept grabbing his ankle.
Oh gosh. That's what I always feared as a kid. Doctor was putting up some little images of some ghosts here.
There's good ghosts. Like there's could be
there are.
Because they said that the person that was an older couple, the man was a cellist and he was a teacher, and this woman, they lived in the house and I think they like died in their like 90s. I started asking the neighbors, like, oh, this older couple loved that property and they lived there and they died in almost 100 years old. So maybe, I don't know if they're still here, but there's a difference between having something that you have good energy or you have a bad spirit. Then you got to come do the whole other stuff. That's a different.
Yeah. Well, there's poltergeists and there's ghosts. There's, I think, the repeats, like when I think the energy gets stuck in the air from something traumatic, which is not like, it's not a haunting type thing. It's just like
and they're
a
trapped in their dimension. They're in the dimension.
Yeah.
They don't know where to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a lot of different varieties and, whether or not, I think people, there's some people I don't believe in ghosts or whatever because they've never really seen it. And
my mom said she believes
now. She's like, okay, maybe
she will not sleep in this house by herself. Still, this was a long time. My daughter is on 15 now. She will not sleep in the house. Somebody has to be in here with her. She'll stay here, but she won't sleep here by herself.
Yeah.
I just like, I'll say different psalms and I'll do different things. And I'm like, look, whatever. You can do what you want. We can go to battle.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, but I think now where our eyes are being open and the veil's coming off, even though we talk about ghost stuff and we've had all these scary movies, we're actually realizing that a lot of supernatural stuff is really real. And that's basically what a lot of Hollywood movies are. Hollywood movies are based on some type of truth or something that they know. And it's right in our face and we don't realize it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people kind of brush certain things off as, something they can explain. Oh, there's got to be some reason for that. And they don't want to actually believe. But I'm sure everybody is felt or seen or gone through something that they couldn't really explain, but they, so they just shrug it off. And
it's like somebody that like something will pop in your head or some place they'll tell you to do something or go somewhere. I just think that's like maybe your spirit guides or your angels telling you in your ear. And you just think it's a thought that you had. Sometimes things that'll come out of the blue or someone will call you like literally talking about you.
Yeah, that's true. There's Time Prophet. Hey, Time, thanks for popping in. Time does not believe in ghosts at all.
He doesn't. Come to my house.
And Dr. O saying, yeah, but they believe in you.
Yeah, exactly. Well, also too, having animals makes a huge difference because the animals will sit up and they can tell. If you don't believe in it, get a dog, especially now. And I've never had a cat until recently, which I'm hearing, or people are saying that cats can see things that even dogs can't because they can see in other dimensions. And if your animal perks up, and if it's not just something like outside or just something basic, if they perk up 9 times out of 10, they can see things or feel things that are around.
Oh, they can. Absolutely. They have definitely a sense that we don't have it. And it's also because their minds are not flooded with a bunch of doubts and this and that and the other, to kind of cloud up. They're just more open. So they probably also sense it. And Miss Lisa's saying, I haven't seen a ghost, but the hairs on the back of my neck a few times as well. And the smell of cigar and perfume in the house. It is strange. And that is also something else too.
Yes. Sense is another one. This is okay. This is another interesting thing. So, I've been going through a situation with my mom. You're kind of aware of it. And there's some pictures of some of my ancestors. And I was sitting in the room with my mom just like a week ago. And I looked at her and I go, did your father, because he died when my mom was like 9 years old. I go, did your father smoke? And she goes, what do you mean? I go, I keep smelling cigarettes and no one in the house smokes. And the house is large and there's no one around. And I keep smelling cigarettes. And she goes, wow, I can't. And I never knew that.
Yeah.
And this was just a week. I go, if there's someone around, I didn't want to scare us. I didn't tell her for a
right.
I
said,
I'm not going to tell you. I wait until we were in the car driving. I want to ask you something because I don't want to scare you. She goes, no, I'm not scared. I said, okay. I said, because I keep smelling the scent of cigarettes and no one in the house smokes.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
It's like you could get a scent You could
Mhm.
smell someone. It could be one of your parents or a grandparent or someone of your ancestors that cooked something, or they had a certain scent, and you might get a whiff of that.
Yeah, I've smelled roses a lot.
Yeah.
Roses
Does that mean
quite
something to you?
often. Yeah, my grandmother. Yeah, she
Do you
always. And I remember she gave me. I told her once she was wearing this really pretty necklace that had roses on it and some earrings to match. And I was like, "Oh, Grandma, your earrings and your necklace are gorgeous." And so she took them off right there and then. And she opens my hand. She puts them in my hand. She gives them to me. And I'm like, "Grandma," she's like, "I'm going to die soon. I just want you to have these." Okay. And she knows I love roses. And so did she. And so, like, every once in a while, I always smell the
Those
roses.
small roses, and she knows that that's to remind you that she's around. My best friend
Hmm.
died. She was in her early 30s. She was really sick, and she loved sunflowers, and she had a tattoo of a sunflower. And literally, I see sunflowers if I'm stressed or whatever is going on. I always will see sunflowers in unusual places, to the point where I'll see it on a daily basis. And even her kids who are now grown, I will send them, like, I'll get a message and I'll send them the sunflower. And they know exactly what it means because they say they see it all the
Yeah,
time.
the sunflower. Yeah, I remember sending you that. I could sense that around you too. I think I send it to you a few times. The sunflowers. Um, Let me see. I want to catch up with the chat here real quick and go back. I have some people sharing some things here. Thank you, Lisa, for sharing that. And TJ saying cats and dogs don't have cell phones. Right.
Right.
That's true. That's true. I can. Of course, my cat's always on my phone, so I don't know. He's check singing in the dark. I do actually believe that you can actually trick your mind into certain things. I do believe that. A lot of times people, um, will, like, I've seen it before where they'll pull up what somebody says, this is a picture of a ghost, and everybody's seeing something different because your eye and your mind is trying to form a picture. So everybody's going to try to find that. But not to say that there isn't one there, just that our mind can do that, especially if you're afraid of the dark and you're constantly thinking that there's something there.
Yeah.
Like even these, like the orbs that people are always are always doing. Like for me, is it like, okay, light reflection, dust, whatever. So everybody's got a different thing on them. Some people swear that they are actual ghosts. I don't know. I don't have facts to back these things up, so I can't say.
Yeah, the ghost
But
stories, like the ghost shows, they always have those orbs, and they'll go, "Oh, that's a ghost." I'm like, "How do you know?
yeah,
How do you know that?" I'm not saying it's not. It's just that, you know,
yeah, that
you
it
can
might
see the flash of lights. I mean, I
not
guess
be.
because we're energy anyway, right? Our soul doesn't die. We don't die technically. Our vehicle does, but we're energy. So I guess that could pertain to that because you're a ball of energy.
Yeah, exactly. And I always wondered how somebody figured that those were ghosts.
Hmm. That's true. Well,
So
I have a lot of people who have, had near-death experiences, or they have died and they've come back, and everyone seems to have the same stories. But there is a book. Oh my gosh, I got to think of the name of the book. It's such a good book. The psychiatrist wrote it, and I think he went to Yale, and it was one of my favorite books. I'm gonna remember it. But anyway, he didn't believe in ghosts, and he was a psychiatrist, and he started doing all these kids, these past life regressions. And so many kids had similar stories that were not connected to each other. It was called Past Lives Something. But
oh
anyway,
yeah.
this guy, I have the book somewhere because I kept that book. I should reread it. But it's so many people that read that book, love that book. And this is like a psychiatrist who is all about science. But he said these kids, they couldn't have not, there's no way you could make up the stories. And it seems like you have that until you get about 6 or 7 and it starts to fade. That's what he said, if I can remember correctly. That's when it starts to fade, that you don't have
Yeah.
that connection to the other world. But a lot of these kids could remember their past lives and in detail.
Yes.
Many lives,
I
many
know what you're talking
like
about,
that.
and that is an interesting story. I think I don't remember
Yeah,
where
I
it was.
think
I
it's
heard
Many
recently.
Lives and Many Masters. I think that's what the name of it is.
Yeah.
Pull that up because I think that because there's several I've read like that, but I'm almost positive that that might be the one. Many Lives, Many Masters.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Let me ask. Oh my gosh. It's, I'm just checking to see if he's. Speaking of, he looks like a ghost in there because he's not sitting in his chair.
Where are you looking at?
That's PJ. And there's the orb.
What do you say there now, Elan?
That was Arg saying hey to you, Elan.
Hi. What was that? Was that a little green little boat ghost?
Yeah, he's a cousin of Yaphet from the Orville. He's
Oh.
Yaphet's cousin. He pops in occasionally, and he just
What do you say there now, Maria?
he's just jumping in, crossing the stream, and hang on one second. He's hilarious. Where am I? Where was I?
We were talking about
okay.
many lives, many masters.
Yes, and I did see. I think I saw it on TV somewhere. Thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, who's the doctor? What's the name? Yeah, that's it. Dr. Wags. That's such a good book. If you don't believe in ghosts, read that book.
Yeah.
Because it has nothing to do with ghosts. It talks about the psychiatrist who totally doesn't believe in any of this stuff that had all these children and he did all these past life regressions. And it was so interesting, the stuff that these kids could remember.
It is interesting to hear it on a perspective of somebody who's not trying to be one-sided, that they kind of they're basically just stating facts of things that are happening, and that's leaving it up to the individual to determine what they get from that. So it's a lot.
My mother just walked into the room. Come, I just want her to co-sign on the ghost story. Come here, just stand right there, because she does not believe in ghosts. Wait a minute. Did you not see the ghost in the house?
I don't know if it's called a ghost. It was more like an angel.
She doesn't know if it was an angel or a ghost, but it was something not from this world, and she screamed to the top of her lungs.
I sure had no peace because I slept in your room on the floor for 2 weeks.
Did you hear?
Yes, for 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. And I was like, the ghost can go through the door.
There was no peace.
And then she would lock the door, and and I had this long hallway, so we all had to walk each other to the kitchen. So she's confirming that story.
But she could be somewhat right in the sense locking the door, because some ghosts are fairly new and they don't know how to use locks. So
I'm looking. She's over here. I was just telling them about the story, how you didn't believe in ghosts. And there's someone on the show that says they don't believe in ghosts. I said, well, come to my house, because my mom didn't either.
Yeah.
My mother said, I'm here to confirm. And she was raised really Catholic.
There's something guaranteed.
Yeah. She said, guaranteed there's something afterwards.
Yeah.
Mamas don't lie. You guys see time? Mamas don't lie.
No.
They always tell the truths. My mom told me some pretty scary ghost stories too, stuff that happened to her when she's younger. And I'm just
Really?
like, Mom, I'm sleeping with you tonight because
Yeah.
that's some scary stuff.
Oh, I can't tell. My son, he just goes, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Just be quiet. Because he would see stuff. And he was like that too when he was little. And he goes, I don't want to talk about it. So we have to be quiet. He's not here.
Quiet.
I wouldn't
Oh,
be
he's
even
out there.
any of these stories if he was home. He's not home.
Oh yeah. He's like, I ain't watching her show tonight.
No, he'll be up all night.
Saying hi to Deej. How you doing? My other wrench. Nice to see him pop in here. And oh my gosh, I'm really fighting using my glasses, huh?
Me too. I can't see any of that.
If I was in shock, but immediately after passing my mom. Yeah, well, I don't know. sometimes it's, I think, a comfort message or something like that.
I
But
definitely think, I have to say, people that I have lost have definitely come back to tell me they're okay. Now that I can testify to.
yeah, that is what we need sometimes. And here's for your mom. Who's she gonna call? She's got
Ghostbusters.
the
Goldie's gonna
Ghostbusters
call
gang,
Ghostbusters.
the Ghostbusters gang to help out. And where am I? Oh my gosh, Maria, put your glasses on. I'm really fighting this. Okay, and see, just for.
Who are you gonna call? All right, suck in the guts, guys. We're the Ghostbusters.
I'm excited to see.
Sound wasn't on. I didn't hear that little insert. I saw the picture though, so I know what it was.
So, yeah, I'm excited to see the new Ghostbusters and saw the trailer. It looks like lots of fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, the new one's coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to sing the theme song because, gosh, once again, I'm aging myself. Bobby Brown did the theme back in the day.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Hold on one second.
Okay. Yeah. Time. She never came to see me as a ghost. You mean she didn't?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was reading Times. Yeah. Teach. Always count on him to count the snorts. Thank you. Yeah, I've been trying to maintain them, guys. They want to be rude. Yeah, I got praying that I saw a man in my living room, the shadow of a person in my living room. Yeah, that's always something. I'm always afraid to open my eyes to go to the bathroom at night, afraid to see something, and I'm just like, I'll just be.
You always out of your peripheral vision. You always think you see something.
Yeah. Usually tense and tingle. That's the other thing. And that's what Lisa mentioned too. When the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, that cold spot, that feeling. So some people visual.
There's a show on TLC called Ghost Brothers. It's hilarious. I think I mentioned that before. And it wasn't on for a while, so I don't even know if it's on anymore. But it's hilarious. This is three guys. And their response when like some of the supernatural happens, because they go to like old plantations, like old stuff that was like back in the 1800s, 1700s castles, or they'll go to an old hospital, which there's always a lot of ghosts, which makes sense. And whenever there's some supernatural, they have their little light. You've got to watch the show. It's just fun just to see whether it's real or not, or just for television. It's just funny to see their reactions when they hear a noise and how they're three grown men scaring and they cry, like scream like girls. So funny.
I know. I don't mean to crack up when I hear a guy screaming like that. It's actually good, because I'm like, you're human. Yeah,
exactly.
Well, that may be why I'm a pacifist now. To my most violent memories never happened as a kid, but they were there with a lot of stuff stories. I know. Actually, I was gonna mention, TJ is an author, and he has got some good books out, and he's got quite and I'm kind of curious on if some of that is real into fiction or what. But, what was that? Rocky or flashlight? Oh. And let me see. I'm behind on the chat. Oh, because even Nemesis came in. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. I think I saw it briefly pop up a bit ago. PJ saying hi there. And sometime I'd like to talk to my mom. I think Mama Telly is a bit camera shy, but she likes to do stuff with me, which is funny. So I keep her off camera, but so she can enjoy it. But I think one time for one Halloween, we were doing something Halloween. I can't remember what it was, but we were talking about some of the ghost stories that happened to her, and she's got some pretty good ones.
She's got some ghost stories. Well, you have to bring her
Yeah.
on.
I know. I want to. That'd be awesome. That scared them as little girls. Juju in their house for a while. Yeah. Yeah, that can happen too. I had some cousins I didn't like spending the night over their house because I always felt something or saw something, and I just could never ever sleep. And just yeah, you know how we were talking about the one grabbing your ankles. That's one thing that always happened, was you always felt the little, like the hands on your feet, and you're just like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's always weird. Like you feel weird energy. Some people just have strange energy anyway, right? They come around and just like, oh, their hair is just like people that are living and breathing just have weird energy sometimes.
Yeah,
You don't want
yeah,
that
that's
energy in
true.
your house because you don't know what's attached to them when they come
Exactly.
around, right?
I
So
know. Yeah, you almost want to like do the with the burning thingy. What is it called? Oh my gosh, that cleansing. What's it called? Whenever
yeah,
somebody,
the
before they come in
cleansing
your
the
door.
house.
Yeah, before they come through the door, you're like, you ain't bringing anything in here. And PJ, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? Not reading. I am reading. Trying to get through them all.
Well, you know what people
Yes.
say, when you buy a new house anyway, you need to have positive energy. So if you go when you purchase a new home, you don't know, people's energy is probably still there, especially people really like their house. And, they say just to take salt and just put salt around your house.
Yeah. Sage. Thanks, Dr. Osaging. Yes, the
No,
salt. I
sage is
understand
what made
salt.
that ghost come out in my house that day. I stopped burning sage after that. That sage came. That
Uh,
sage ghost was like, hey.
right. Hello.
He's like, I'm
Um,
here. Thank you for letting me
right.
out. It was like the
Thank you.
genie in the
Yeah.
bottle.
We've
It
been
was like
here for a while.
go ahead. I'm sorry. I was like, it's
No,
like
no,
I
no.
genie.
I know. Yeah, these guys are being funny. They think I'm not paying attention. If I speak in big font, will they read it? I thought it said Bigfoot. I'm dyslexic, so I get words backwards.
That's
So
okay. I don't have my glasses, so I just can't see it.
dyslexic and blind. Oh, that's a great combo.
Exactly.
My mom came into her bedroom when I was spaced out, and she saw. Going it was a bad person. Oh gosh, Dr. Ozem stories too. That's sexy glass. Well, thanks for calling him that, okay? Because I'm like keeping him off because I feel kind of nerdy. And let me see. Always trust what your mama says. That's right.
Exactly.
A lot of shadow people as a kid. Lots of sleep paralysis too. Oh yeah, that's right. That's the other thing.
I've had that before. That's
Mamacita.
happened to me. One time that happened to me when you can't talk and you're like lay there. What is that? I know everyone that said they've experienced that before, when you just can't even get the words out and you can feel
Yeah.
something standing there. And it's like, it doesn't
Well-
feel, it feels kind of demonic.
It does, but I in some cases I think there are some things that can happen. In some cases it's that your eyes are open but your brain is still kind of like sleeping, and
Yeah.
so your body's sleeping. And I only know this because I kind of read from some scientists explaining what that is, that like your body is still hasn't woken up yet, so you feel like you can. But there are people who experience other things with that, like touching, so it can be a combination of a few things. So yeah, that is scary. I went through that a lot of nightmares growing up, tons of nightmares growing up.
What did that say?
Time Prophet say, he's saying, how can they go to a 1700 castle in America? America didn't get populated until 1760.
I didn't say it was in America.
Right.
Now, remember now, Well, maybe you don't know. I used to live overseas. I lived in London. So, I mean, there's shows I've seen because Ireland, Scotland have all those old castles. And I actually have been in quite a few of them when I lived in England. I used to go to the Leeds Castle, which was more of a current castle. But if you go to the Tower of London, and they say that they have, bodies in there that they still haven't found that's in the walls. It feels weird. Like
Yeah.
you can feel the energy when you're in that castle. And that's one of the most haunted places in England is the Tower of London. And I didn't live too far from there.
Yeah, I was gonna tell Time that he did. I don't think he knew that you actually lived there for a while.
But he was trying to check me.
I know. She's like, well, let me tell you.
I'm always come back at.
Nemesis is saying it's always great to see you and your wonderful energy, Maria. Thank you, and lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well, Elan. So he's saying good to see you as well. I love having you on. We have so much fun, and we have fun when we're not on camera. I'm like, let's bring it to the camera because it's too fun to not have.
Being silly. I'm always being silly. Like we have silly messages. I'm silly.
We do, like, really silly, and just, yeah, I love it. And sometimes I need that smile. So
Stay on target there now, Maria.
You have to read that because I can't see anything.
Oh, sorry. Arg popping in here to keep me, because he's checking me. I assume she was talking about America because she ain't Brit. He's
But
British.
I lived in England for 10 years. My son was born there. My daughter's name is London.
Yes, I can't get any more British than, yeah, she's
Can't get any
not,
more
but...
British. I got a British son.
Right. She brought the, yeah, Sage brought them out. Yeah, TJ is talking about that. Oh my gosh, I might put that behind him, chat. He says Sage brought them out is when we were talking about saging, and you were saying that.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. When I literally
Smudging.
remember saging the house that day, and I won't do it.
Smudging. That's
Smudging, right?
Stuff. I should know this stuff.
I saw something the other day though that explained that just because you sage your house or you sage a new house does not necessarily mean that it's for positive things. They broke it down like you have to, when you do use sage, there's something else you have to do. If not, you could bring all kind of energy out, right? So it's not necessarily the energy you think, oh, I'm just going to make it all positive and get all the bad energy out. That's not true. Energy is just coming in. It just opens the portal, supposedly how the person broke it down.
Yeah, that's true.
Palo Santo is something that is much more positive to clear energy. Or they say bay leaves. I haven't done that, but everyone says bay leaves is really good to burn your house.
Really? Yeah, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, bay leaves are very good energy.
TJ's saying, okay, kids, amazing episode, but he has to go. Great to read you all, and must say fantastic episode. Thank you both. Thank you so much, TJ, for popping in.
I know we've been on for a while. We always go over, so I
know. Well, I was a little late, so we're not that much over.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad it's not me this time. Usually it's me.
No, it's me. Elan and Maria do have a really good dynamic, lots of positive energy. We do bring it. And I want all you guys to, I mean, she is on Instagram, not Twitter, but Instagram. And I know a lot of you are on there because I see you.
Yes.
And you can find her on there and all the fun stuff she does and video.
Carter P on IG.
Yeah, on IG. And her offsprings singing on there a lot of times.
Yes.
Her son had him on the show. Really good. Such a good guy. I like him.
He's a cool guy. My daughter wants nothing to do with anything, so you won't see her. She's not coming on.
Oh, we're gonna bring her on for some sci-fi stuff.
But she loves sci-fi, so she just walked in the door from swimming. But she would actually love to talk to you because she's way more, versed on any sci-fi, anything. That's her thing.
Oh yeah,
sci-fi. Oh, she loves it.
Oh, she would put me to shame. I'm gonna have to bring her on.
Yes, she knows exactly what everything means, and I'm like, what does that mean?
I love that. My nieces are like that too. And Orville Nation with a $3 super sticker. Super sticker. super sticker. And it's a pair doing the fist bumping thing. And yeah, that's a dual team. Activate woman power. Just kidding.
Right.
Oh gosh.
My daughter's lifesavers. She has her lifesavers over there. She does her little thing in the hallway.
I like her. She's awesome. She's so beautiful as well.
Thank you.
Don't burn Bailey's borders, Carl. If used them to raise the mummy in the movie, The Mummy, and 32. That's mushed together in my eyes, so I think it's 32. Thank you, PJ, for that super sticker. And make sure you give Art my phone number. I keep asking you, but you never do it. And yeah, London should join PJ's Let's Gum.
Yes.
So she's cool. PJ says she's cooler than her mom.
Yeah, she's way cooler than me. She says they think I'm corny. I'm okay. I say corny. I am corny, girl, so I'm corny. I get it.
That's funny. They don't really, you know what? They don't really know how cool we really are.
In my mind, I'm cool. That's all that counts. They don't have to think I'm cool. I think I am.
We're so cool. Hey, Dr. O, are you able to grab the link for Elan's Instagram?
What do you say there, Doctor? Oh,
Arg popping in. He was saying something to you earlier. And yeah, thanks, Nemesis. We'll get that here, I think, in a second. There's thank you, Lisa, for giving us the name, what she's under. And in my mind, the coolest. He says, in my mind, I'm the coolest, sexiest man I know, but I'm biased. I like that attitude. I like that.
Yes,
attitude.
You have to think about yourself if no one else thinks it.
Yeah, exactly.
They think, as long as you think it.
Right, exactly. So it's just that, like, I work from home and I crack myself up when I'm going to grab a snack or something. I'm like, man, I'm so glad nobody sees Mariette and Telly looking like this in the at home work. Hair's all up in a ponytail. I'm just like,
it's for me in the morning without the coffee, I come out in my robe and I'm just like, because I have to have my coffee before I wake up. I was like, oh, I hope nobody sees me.
Yeah, that's how I am too. And yeah, I'm like that too. I'm just like, God, I'm praying to God nobody sees me. But anyway, what is this on here? Oh, here it is. Here is her Instagram.
Thank you.
I'm like, what does it look like? Because I use dark mode, so everybody is dark mode to me.
Well, like my head looks big in that first post, but I was in the car with my son and we're doing a video where I'm like making fun of him. So that's why you only see the video of my big head in that post. Right?
It's a good video. I like it. But you'll see a lot of stuff on there that she's doing, what she did. Catch her on there. She's lots of fun, guys. So thank you, Doctor, for bringing that up. And you can follow her there. And thank you for that. And yeah, I guess we've been over time, and we actually got to some of the subject that we said we were going to do. How amazing is that?
That is amazing.
It's so amazing because I'm like, we never do that. It's like always off in another direction. I'm like, we didn't even.
Well, we did, but we brought it back in. We reeled it back in.
We reeled it back in. What are you showing here? Dr. O, my corn outfit. It's.
But is that for corny?
Because I'm corny. I guess because I'm corny.
That is hilarious. I love that emoji. That's quite funny.
I love that.
I need that emoji because my sister thinks I'm so corny. I have a younger sister. Of course, she thinks I'm corny because she's younger.
Yeah, that's right. They always do. That's okay. Yeah. Of course, my sisters and my nieces, they can't say, because the other day we went out to celebrate some birthdays and we were putting music on, and we put on Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and it was probably driving my sister's husband crazy. He was the only guy with 7 women. 7.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so he's just probably sitting there going, oh, Lord. So my sister plays, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And it's me and my younger sister and my older sister in the middle and the younger ones in the back. And so we're from that generation of the 80s. So we start doing the head bobby thing, just like in the video. And I turn to look at one of the nieces and she's just like,
traumatized. That's my daughter. She just gets on her phone and puts the earbuds in and she's like, oh my God, I don't even want anything to do with her right now.
I would think that, but they actually joined in. So,
okay.
So they were like, they were like, Maria's the cool aunt. She knows how to get down, because we were just like all rocking and rolling and stuff, and they joined in. So they were not ashamed. And then they started playing In Sync, and we were all singing along with it. And I turned around and I said, if any of you guys tell the public that I can sing every lyric to the Backstreet Boys and In Sync, you guys are in trouble.
That's okay. I like all the Justin Bieber songs, and my daughter thinks it's funny.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so funny.
She's like, Mom, I like Bieber. I'm like, he has a new record. It's so good. I got my Peaches in Georgia. And then she's like, oh my God, I was playing that yesterday. That's funny. I played Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber. I actually don't know one of his songs. I don't know one.
He's got this song that I like, and I was playing it yesterday.
You're like,
me and my mom were listening to it.
Yeah, I just won't admit to some of the other stuff I listen to, but DJ saying Elan is funny. She is. She keeps me going. I love her, making me laugh all the time. Thank you, Marine Elan. Very funny sub. Hit the bell and thumbs up. Thank you so much, Lisa. You're awesome. I still love that emoji there that you got there. Yeah, Parmazzi outfit. We call it sweet corn, which is
delicious.
Which is delicious. Yes, I've had that. I kind of miss the baked beans. The Brit beans. They're so good with the bangers and the eggs and
the baked beans from the British Foods. Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
I like those actually.
Yeah, we will have another show about British food.
We'll have
everyone. I give people a list before they go to London. Go this place, this place, this place. Do not eat British food. No.
I actually was going to make some British pancakes and record it because I love those.
Well, if we put our own seasoning and spices on it, it's totally different than what food.
They think our food is weird. And PJ here with a $2 super chat. Stars in. He says Maria TNT stars in The Maze Runner.
That is hilarious.
That's funny. And he spent $2 just to say that. So thank you for that.
I'm gonna have to go get a charger. My phone's gonna die in a second.
Yeah, I was gonna end the show here. I was just trying to catch up with the super chat here and before your phone dies. Yeah, okay. So I exaggerated a little bit. Maria said on Twitter she had millions of outfits on her avatars. There's really only 497, and that's an accurate count.
My gosh.
That's an accurate count. He's
so
made
many.
497 outfits of me.
That is cool. Well, at least you have outfits. I don't know how to do any of it. I have to go start playing around.
Well, I'm sure Dr. O will help me, right? Dr. O. We just hired Dr. O to do an avatar of you. Shepherd's pie is amazing. Shepherd's pie is actually pretty good. And they have the dessert called Spotted Dick, and it's actually very good. I made that one. Right? I actually made it.
It's really good. It sounds. I wasn't gonna eat it because I was like, that doesn't sound good. But
you're like,
it's tasty.
Spotted what? But it's and toad in the hole. I made that too. He's trying to time saying that British baked beans come with added farts.
Oh my God. Not only do they do that because they ate beans in the morning at work, they claim it and they do it like openly and they go, yeah, it was me, mate. It's so gross.
It's like an honorary thing.
Now,
You're like,
we do think farts are funny. I do think they're funny. I think they're hilarious, but not when you're sitting in a setting with people who do it and then they go, it was me, mate, and you're on the tube and you can't breathe. Because they don't care. and they're playing it, and you're
Oh
just
my
like, they're just mad,
God.
right?
That's insane. I'd
So
be like,
they don't think
okay.
anything of it, and they're like, "Oh, American, don't eat beans in the morning." What do you think? Anyone that eats beans are going to have that problem.
I know. By lunchtime, you're like, okay.
Beans and eggs. They
And
have beans and
eggs.
eggs, and the bacon is never cooked properly. It's always undercooked.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you
We
got
conquered the world for spices, but still creates the
no.
blandest
It's still
food.
bad. It's still bad.
I get a lot of people that say that. Yeah, he's still trying to figure out probably what toad in the hole and spotted
Oh,
thing is.
it's a custard type of dessert, and I
Yes.
think it's like little berries in it, and it's like in a like probably in a like a graham cracker is what I could explain if I can remember correctly, but it's actually some kind of custard that's sweet with like a
Mhm.
dry berry.
Yeah.
It'd be like an elderberry because it's not like it's not like raspberries or anything like that. It's like kind
Yeah.
of like elderberry in it. It's really actually tasty, and it's like a
Yeah.
graham cracker crust,
It is.
and it's called
Actually.
spotted.
Yeah. And doctor just said that it's like bread pudding, kinda.
Yeah, yeah. But the
Mhm.
shepherd's pie is good if you get someone that will put seasoning in it. Just because
Yeah.
they make it don't necessarily mean that they'll put seasoning in it. That's the problem. Like they
Yeah.
boil everything's salt and pepper. Even the fish and chips are like greasy, has no it's just blah. But I eat a lot of Thai food, Japanese food.
Yeah, me too.
Indian food is really good there. Just you have to eat that type of food to get something decent.
Just something good. Speaking of, we're gonna have to go do sushi sometime.
Oh yeah. Okay,
let's-
so
what was I gonna say? Oh, speaking of it, I think on your Instagram you have the information. Speaking of food and cooking, I have to get some of your stuff. Oh my God, it looks so good.
I make a strawberry cake tomorrow. So I make this strawberry cake with cream cheese frosting with crushed strawberries. I'm making that one tomorrow, and I make a chocolate salted caramel with rock salt. And everyone, I mean, I was so busy during Thanksgiving and Christmas because everyone wanted my sweet potato souffle. So I made that pie. But now I'm doing probably pound cake and red velvet. And I'm known for the butterscotch cake. The butterscotch bundt cake is the best because it's caramelized, like candied inside of the bundt cake. So that's like everyone's favorite is the butterscotch. And it doesn't taste like butterscotch at all. It's just like a very butter cake that is like candy, like caramelized almost.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah. It does
It's
sound
from
good.
the Etsy shop, and it's actually a very British name. So my mother's main name is Shortridge, so it's Shortridge House on Etsy.
Yes,
Like
go to Etsy.
Ridge.
Yeah, go to Etsy and get it. The picture, whoever did the pictures are amazing.
I
makes
did.
everything look good. Did you?
Yeah.
You're like I did, Maria. God,
I
give me some
need to
credit.
get more pictures of stuff and do videos, and everyone says that, but then I get busy and I have to have someone totally separate to do that. But the food is actually good. It's just that my pictures could be better, and then thing could be better.
I think they're great. I mean, they make you want to definitely get them. Yeah. Or when PJ is saying, are you still selling pies? Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I'm making a sweet potato rum pie. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Go to her Etsy store. You got to get some. And
sweet potato rum pie.
I'm totally going to get them.
Yeah, my dad have everybody in the group because for people who don't know, my dad's one of the Original Temptations, and so whenever the guys in the group, one of his people asked me to make them a pie because they were in town. Lex is always gone, and I made one, and I happened to go to the hotel, and I was like, "Here, I'm bringing you a pie," and everybody came through and go, "Oh my God, is that your pie? We heard about the pie because your dad's always bringing them and he won't give anyone. And can we have some?" And by the time I got home, they said there was like one little sliver left that everyone came in his hotel room and took the pie.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You're like, dang. Lisa says, did I hear caramel with sea salt?
Caramel chocolate. It's devil's food bundt cake with caramel and rock sea salt.
Oh God, that sounds good too. Yes. And the doctor was saying, what's the Etsy name again? And that way he can
SHORTRIDGE house on Etsy. And some paintings will come up, but you got to put in pie or cake because there's somebody with Shortridge something, but Shortridge House.
Yeah, we'll put up the link here because you guys got to check it out. And
it has
really
a blue
good.
butterfly.
A boob butterfly. A boob
blue
boob. Oh my goodness, guys! I'm gonna have to end the show here because I'm actually getting hungry.
Yeah.
She found some fingers mashed last night. Yeah, I loved it, and I like making those. Here it is. Here's a link to the Etsy shop so you guys can go there. And those that come back on the rewatch, go check it out. And I'm sorry if you're going to be super busy making all this stuff.
No, I appreciate it. And there is also a peach cobbler that's really good, and I do a blueberry cobbler.
Yeah. Oh God, peach cobbler. That sounds so good. Hey, okay. Guys, I'm going to end the show. Elan, it's always so fun to have you here with me.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be on here. We ended up talking about food anyway, so we covered every subject.
We did. We were trying to decide, okay, what are we feeling? And we brought up them all. We talked about them all. We did
all
that. Oh, but yes, thank you for the link. And peach cobbler is better. You're funny. Oh my God.
What'd they say? What did he say?
PJ said peach cobbler is better. You know how you said peach cobbler? And they call him Peach. PJ.
Oh my God.
You're going to have to name one of them Peach Cobbler. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. God, that's hilarious. Thank you, Miss Connie. You are awesome. All those who've been here. Thank you, Marine Lawn. You provide quality entertainment tonight. Thank you for the awesome energy. My pleasure. Thank you for being here, Nemesis. Always good to have all of you here with me and celebrating the growth of Tea and Telly. So many good things coming, and I love bringing Elan on because she's going to be a big part of a lot of the things, and wanted you guys to know her and to make sure you follow her on Instagram, find out what's going on. Hang on, I'm trying to read something here. Okay, sorry, making sure I got that. Yeah, see, PJ, everybody else was laughing. That was funny. Oh God, that was funny. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining. Go enjoy your evening, and on to some other shows, I'm sure, of other people. Great to have you. And let me bow out here if I can find it. We'll see you next time, guys. Have such an awesome evening.
If you wanna go, I'm down. I will make the biggest thing. Hey.